In Harford County will continue to do remote learning throughout the fall semester, but some of them are going to be able to go into their school buildings. WMAR2 News' Megan Knight is live in Harford County this morning. Megan, a lot of parents are wondering what they're going to do this fall when they've got to go to work, but the kids are learning remotely. This could wind up being an option for some of them.
Yeah, absolutely, Christian. And, we've seen some other school districts around the state that have already announced what they plan to do for the fall semester. And it sounds like most of them are going to be starting with the virtual learning, which Harford County Public Schools plan to do as well. But then they've got this other option, which they're calling learning support centers. And they talked about this at length with parents last night during our virtual town hall meeting. And this option would really be for those parents who feel like they just cannot adequately support their children with at-home learning, whether it be because they have full-time jobs or maybe they just don't have the resources at home for their kids to have the most optimal learning experience. So the idea is to offer these support centers in every school throughout the county. Of course, that will depend on the demand for them. Teachers will still be teaching these students remotely, but there's going to be adults in every building with the students to make sure that they're safe and they're staying on task. And everyone who's inside must comply with CDC guidelines such as wearing face masks and social distancing. Bus transportation and meals will also be offered to students who decide to go into these learning support centers. Now, as for students who will be doing all of their schoolwork from home, the school district does plan to supply every teacher and student with a laptop, and they're working to create cellular hotspots throughout the county to help with internet access. And among the many questions that parents were asking at that town hall meeting last night, how much engagement will their child get with their teacher?
So what they can expect is a regular bell schedule where they connect with teachers and their classmates every day, just like they would in person. We feel like that connection that they make every day with their teachers is going to be very important, and we want it to look as much like the in-person experience as we can.
And school officials say that's really what they're going to be focusing on for the rest of the summer, is how they can really optimize those connections, not just between teachers and students, but among students as well with their peers while they're still maintaining their distance. Now, as for those learning support centers, school officials say that they're going to be sending out surveys to families next week to gauge their interest, to see how many students would like to take part in the program. Of course, there's likely going to be a cap there so that they can control the number of students that are going to be inside the building at any given time. So we'll see exactly how that will work out and just how many schools will end up being those learning support centers come fall. By the way, Harford County Schools starting in September, on September 8th. We're live in Edgewood. I'm Megan Knight, WMAR2 News.
Megan.